Marcia. So that's one of the pictures that was taken while we were there. Of course, we always start with the disclaimer: Lifewave does not diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. Additionally, Lifewave does not make any medical claims. This is something that we all have to be very conscious of.
Yeah.
When I got to San Jose, on the wall for everyone to be able to see were pain locations. And I thought, why should we be showing pain locations on the wall of the of the business office there? And the answer is, we want everyone to be able to see where pain is concentrated so they can help a prospect with, this is what you're going to do to resolve this pain. Now, Marcia, my wife, suffers from a degenerative disc disease. There's no cure for it. And as the disease progresses, she has more and more pain in her back from the discs between the vertebrae degenerating or actually disappearing. She's got 3 discs right now, or 3 vertebrae right now, that are rubbing bone on bone. The discs are totally gone. So it's a tremendous amount of pain when she sits. So when we travel, that's her sitting for long periods of time. The pain specialists either give her narcotic medications to ease the pain, or they offer to sever the nerves in her back using radiofrequency ablation or a rhizotomy. Now, Brother Roy has identified the rhizotomy when he sent out the notices about the meeting tonight as a minimally invasive procedure. And it is, because the totally invasive procedure would be cutting through the skin in order to sever the nerves. But if you sever the nerves, it only gives temporary relief because the nerves grow back together again. Marcia's had an opportunity of being pain-free using this procedure of about 2 months at a time. So after 2 months, she's back to having the pain again because the nerves have grown back together. She gave up working in 2008 because of the pain. And now, enter the scene, Lifewave. Nick Skolsky is on our call tonight. He's been a friend of ours for years, though we've never had an opportunity to break bread together. He heard that Marcia and I were going to go into San Diego at the beginning of October. That was for a high school reunion of Marcia's. And Nick made arrangements for us to meet with Brother Roy on our way back to Visalia. So here's a little story about Roy, a little history that will help you understand why I listened to him first place, and second, respect him, because he wants to help everybody, not just some people that he's interested in. He wants to help everybody. And as of this writing, he has patched over 78,000 people to help them deal with issues in their lives of one sort or another. Our issue was pain. My feeling is that I would do anything, I will pay anything if I can just relieve Marcia's pain. And I think most married men would agree with us.
Yeah.
We met Brother Roy in, I think that was West Covina on the way back from San Diego. And we sat down to eat lunch. As we did that, Brother Roy asked Marcia what her pain level was. And she said it was a 10 out of 10. He asked her if he could put a couple of patches on her, and she agreed. Now, Brother Roy is very diplomatic. He put the Eon patch on the back of her neck in GV14, and then he took half of the backing off of Icewave. He put the Icewave 10 on her back where she said the greatest amount of pain was. And then with the white Icewave, he moved from the 12 o'clock position to the 3 o'clock position to the 6 o'clock position, and found out that she had the greatest response at the 9 o'clock position. So he put the white Icewave on the outside of her clothing at the 9 o'clock position. Now, the next thing he did was say, Larry, and I appreciate the way he did this. He was very diplomatic and very courteous. He said, Larry, would you place the patches on Marcia's skin under the clothing? Oh, we're in the middle of a Chinese restaurant. So it was very appropriate for me to be able to move the patches. He asked Marcia to drink a glass of water. We ate a fantastic Chinese meal. And at the end of the meal, which was about an hour, the end of the meal, he asked what her pain level was then. That was her response. She had no pain whatsoever. Now, at a level 10 out of 10 down to 0 is not what I was expecting to hear. In fact, later when we had left, I asked Marcia if she had just made the comment about 0 out of 10 because she knew that's what Brother Roy wanted to hear, or if that truly was 0 out of 10. She says, Larry, you should already know I don't mess around with pain. I don't tell somebody it's 0 out of 10 if it's not. So we were very pleased with that. Now, this photo, you see Brother Roy and Marcia and I. Brother Roy wears patches that are visible. Now, I don't know whether that's for marketing purposes or what, but you see the arrows on this picture show Marcia's glutathione on her throat. You'll see, if you look closely on Brother Roy's right cheek, he has a patch. And he also has a patch on each of his hands in that little webbing area between the thumb and the forefinger. So you could see that there were patches visible to bring people to ask questions. Now, we got better response from Roy than we do any doctor's office. And you're probably thinking, Larry, you were in the Los Angeles area, West Covina. Why in the heck is there a picture of Chicago? Well, the answer to that is Brother Roy and some of the other members of his group went to Chicago to attend an expo that next weekend. We met him on a Tuesday. The next weekend, he was in Chicago. While they were there, Brother Roy patched over 50 people at the expo. In fact, he also called us on Saturday. This is why I said that we get better results from Brother Roy than even doctors. I wouldn't expect a doctor to call me at the house. Brother Roy did, to find out how Marcia was doing. And at that time, her pain level was at a number 6. So Roy reviewed the protocol and the patches for me to use to relieve Marcia's back pain. Now, she mentioned to me, and I didn't know that Roy could hear this, but she says, mention to Brother Roy that my pain is not going to go away totally this time because I've got a splitting migraine. The only thing I heard on the other end of the line was a chuckle. So Brother Roy then indicated that I should place a white ice wave on her right temple and a brown ice wave on her left temple. He says, don't forget the water. So Brother Roy and I were only on the phone for another minute. I wanted to be courteous and know that he had to get back to his expo there in Chicago. But before we got off the phone, he says, Larry, share with me how Marcia's migraine is. And it was totally gone in less than a minute. So are we believers in the patches? You're darn right. The patches and Brother Roy. Brother Roy's had to do a lot of training. He's learned an awful lot in the amount of time that he has been with Lifewave to develop these things. Now, we give credit to David Schmidt for developing them, but David has had Brother Roy to help him be able to determine how the patches are used and set up the protocols that are giving us such tremendous results. Here's another believer. Now, I don't know this person, but I know he's on Roy's team. And he took a before and after shot of his X39. X39, he says, was sent from God to us. His hair has grown. His quality of sleep has improved. He's had more strength and endurance overall. And he feels and looks younger. Well, when I saw this picture that Brother Roy had sent out, I didn't believe this was the same person. Just does not look anything like that same person. He definitely does look younger and had been using the X39 for that testimonial. Thank you so much, Brother Roy, for that testimonial.
Of course.
At one of Brother Roy's training meetings, like we're on tonight, I asked Brother Roy, when can we get together again for some more one-on-one training? I'm interested in learning more. And Brother Roy says, December the 10th in San Jose. Well, unbeknownst to me, we'd set the time, the December 10th, I missed the slide, and Nick heard that we were going to make the trip to San Jose. Nick said to me, he says, I've got a real serious question for you, Larry. I don't know if you've been able to hear that, but that was a song from Dionne Warwick about, do you know the way to San Jose? So he said San Jose was what the date and the place for us to meet. December 10th in San Jose actually turned out to be a Christmas party. I wasn't aware of that until I got there. So keep that in mind. This is a business-wide Christmas party. I met Brother Tito, Brother Rick, and Brother Roy all at this party in San Jose. The story about San Jose getting there and Dionne Warwick asking, do you know the way to San Jose? Fortunately, I use a Garmin GPS system in the truck. And 2 times as we were getting close to San Jose, the Garmin said, recalculating, because I took a wrong turn. So no, I didn't know the way to San Jose, but we finally got there. Now, remember the Christmas party? Roy took 30 minutes from the catered lunch to answer questions I'd brought to him from our team. Now, to me, I feel honored that he had taken that time away from his own team to be able to spend with me. And he's okayed me doing this section here that is Roy's Q&A section. I asked him, Brother Roy, I have a brand partner who has hip pain. His answer was, place Eon on GV14, X39 on CV8, and Icewave at the point of pain. And don't forget to hydrate. This is one of the first things that Roy had provided to me. This is part of the 7 steps for alleviation of pain. This is the first step, and you can see the Eon going on GV14. And the reminder that this is the first step, and as a prospect might drink water at the time, they may, underscore the word may, feel the relief of pain within 10 seconds. And notice here that by just using Eon, about 70% of the people that have pain are relieved of that pain, or that works in about 70% of the pain situations after only 10 seconds. So the second question was, Brother Roy, I have a brand partner who has back pain. And he says, go step by step through the 7 steps protocols for managing your pain. And this is another screenshot of part of what he works with there. We're bothered by aches and pains. Then I asked about a brand partner who suffers from major stress. Her father is in hospice. Well, I empathize with this person whose father is in hospice because she knows that he's dying. And that is a tremendous amount of stress. I don't care who it is or how strong you are. So Roy says, use Eon, Nirvana with the tablets, and Silent Nights. The last thing that Brother Roy asked was, by the way, get back to me with some information about the father because we may be able to help him. To this day, I've not gotten that information that I can share with Brother Roy, but it's still out there on my mind.
Okay.
Also, I have a brand partner who has skin cancers. His answer, use Eon, glutathione, Alavita, and X39. We also have someone who has psoriasis. And Brother Roy says, remember, no medical claims. We cannot tell them that this is going to resolve their psoriasis. However, if they use glutathione, Eon, Alavita, and X39, they will be well on their way to resolving the symptoms. And this is what we are able to talk about. We can't talk about the psoriasis, but we can certainly talk about what we can help with regarding the symptoms. And he said, and by the way, talk to that person and tell them to quit drinking coffee because that acidifies their body and it makes anything harder to work to resolve those symptoms, and remind them to drink more water. And we have someone who has knee pain. And Brother Roy says, first, put Eon on GV14, IceWave inside and outside of the knee. And if there's no appreciable reduction of the pain, place the brown IceWave right dead center on the kneecap. So we're working with that. Now, Brother Roy, I have a business partner who has major lack of energy after her open heart surgery and chemotherapy treatments. I've heard this statement a lot from people that have been under chemotherapy, that it just zaps their energy. So he says, you're going to like this one, Larry. Send her the Wonder Woman protocol. And you can see that Wonder Woman protocol on the right. It involves a number of different patches, but it certainly does the job. Finally, to alleviate pain, this is Roy's marketing tip. Now remember, I go to Roy for more than just what do the patches do. I talked to Roy also about marketing. And he says the easiest thing to do is to alleviate someone's pain. After you've gotten them pain-free, or at least with a major reduction of the pain, then hand them an application to become a brand partner so they get the greatest discount on the products. And who knows, maybe they can start to make some money and pay for the product so they're not taking their cost of the patches out of their own pocket. So we look at what Brother Roy's been able to do, and you've heard from Pastor Ed that Brother Roy has teams all over the world. And what Brother Roy's position is in the company, and of course, we've talked about becoming a manager, then a director, then a senior director, all the way up to senior presidential director. And his cycling revenue is capped at $25,000 a week. He works his Lifewave business, and business is underlined because he doesn't do it as a hobby. He's serious about his business, but he only works it part-time. He's got other businesses that he's responsible for, so he's only able to devote part of his time to Lifewave. However, he's been successful enough that he's recently built a 7-bedroom, 6-bath house in Southern California using Lifewave money. And I'll guarantee you, I've got a son who's a realtor, and he said, Larry, or Dad, he says, I'll guarantee you that's not a $100,000 house. The reason we know that, Roy has large organizations all over the world. And if he caps out that $25,000 per week, he's making over $1 million a year just because of being the senior presidential director. He's patched over 78,000 people. And as of about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, he had enrolled 962 brand partners. And Brother Roy, is it still at 962, or have you increased from there?
Still 962, brother.
Okay, good deal. Then I don't feel bad. That's good information.
I got a little bit lazy last week.
So Brother Roy says that one of the things that we should all do is to set our goal to become a senior presidential director. And then don't make any excuses. Just do it. You know, the old Nike commercial. So stop making excuses. If you're tired, go to bed earlier. If you're out of shape, exercise more. If you don't have time, this is one that I've run into, I've generally quit watching TV. Now, my wife is on this phone call right now. She knows that I try to underscore the word try, to take time to watch some TV with her every evening. So I don't want to stop that, but I don't do much TV other than late in the evenings. If you don't have money, think about how you're wasting it and stop wasting it. If you think it's too complicated, same way you eat an elephant, start small and try. If you don't have enough knowledge, learn and read a book. I heard one gentleman make a comment to me. He says that when he got started in this business, the first book he bought was Stem Cells for Dummies. Stem Cells for Dummies is on my shelf.
I have the same book, brother.
Way to go, Brother Roy. So stop making excuses. We all know what we need to do. Most people still don't do it because it's hard to get out of your comfort zone, and it's easier just to make the excuses. I used to always make excuses, but no more, because I realized only those who dare truly live. And notice I didn't say that I was always successful, but there's no reason to make excuses. If you commit to something, get it done. So I want to say thank you so much for coming. Set your goal to be senior presidential director. Make no excuses and just do it. And there's our Lifewave ending. Thank you so much for sharing with me. And I hope that you all have a blessed evening.
Thank you so much, Brother Larry. That is exciting, exciting, exciting. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so guys, you heard it. You heard it from Larry himself. Let's be an SPD. Okay. That was a great, great testimonial there. And who's going to be speaking for me next week? Raise your hand. I believe Brother Nick is willing to do so, right, Brother Nick? Where's Brother Nick? Oh, there's you. All right. I had a talk, chit chat a little bit with Brother Nick earlier.
Brother Roy, I'm here, but I'm about a month away, so put me on your calendar. But you know what I need? I need to have a testimonial like Larry Clarke just shared, that you can hear it from the heart. So bear with me, Brother Roy. I'll be with you in 30 days.
Yes, sir. Will do. All right. So, anybody that are willing to share next week, we can speak together with me and then build this business. All right. I see that Liliana raised your hand. Liliana, go ahead with your question.
Oops, my camera.
Go ahead, Liliana.
Hi. The question, a friend of mine has a sciatic nerve pain. So just the 7 steps protocol for the pain management?
Oh, sciatica protocol, I mean, yes and no, but actually I have a sciatic protocol that I can send to you. So just text me and ask for the sciatica protocol.
Oh, great, thank you. And
yes, you're welcome.
Number 2, how much water do I need to drink? I quit my tea because you said tea is acidic. So I'm drinking 8 glasses of water. Is that enough?
8 glasses is minimum. Yeah, 8 glasses minimum. See, this is my bottle of water. Can you see that? There you go.
Yes.
I have a big cup. I drink maybe about 6 or 7 of these bottles every day. So quite a bit of water for me. But that is really cool because, you know, your body really have to, especially you eat all different kind of stuff. You know, I eat, sometimes my daughter brought me this, brought me that, and you know, you become thirsty. But when you wear the patch, the law of drinking water is actually whatever your body weight divided by 2 is the ounce of water for normal people without using the patch. But when you use the patch, you add another 1 bottle of 16 fluid ounce to the body. So the body will be cleansed each and every day. Okay, remember that, right? The body weight in pounds divided by 2 is the ounce of water that you drink each and every day. But since you start using the patch, if your body works normally, usually 99 out of 100, I will ask people, don't you feel more thirsty? And they always say yes. If you don't feel more thirsty, something is wrong with you, okay? Either you do not know what you feel on your own body or something else happened with you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Rosalie Tawembe.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead with the question.
Yeah. Do you say tea is not good? Because I drink green.
Tea. It depends what kind of tea.
Green tea.
I love to drink tea, but the problem with tea, as we grow older, tea is also acidic. So you do not want to drink tea that are made of flower. You want to drink the tea that is made of, leaf. You want to drink the tea of flower. You know, like chrysanthemum tea is good and healthy for you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
And I drink rose tea also. Rose tea is good too. It tastes good. I like it. So anything that is flowery is definitely more alkalized than acidic to the body.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I have to stop green tea. I do green tea every day.
Green tea is still okay because the proprietary, the anti-cancer. You want to drink maybe 1 cup a day is good enough. And then you want to drink a lot more water to neutralize the acid that they bring to the body.
Okay. Okay. Now, the question I wanted to ask, I have a very, very, very dry eye. So I always use artificial intelligence. Oh my God, sorry. I always use artificial tears to my eyes. But it happened that artificial tears kill some people in United States. So I'm so scared. So is that something with Lifewave that can help my dry eyes?
Okay. Yeah, be careful with the artificial teardrops because especially the one that's made in India, they have some kind of a problem with that. It might ruin your eyes and make you blind. Okay, be careful with that. So when you buy as the pharmacy, make sure you try to buy the one that's made in America because America have so much more control. The one that's made outside America, you don't know what's in it, seriously.
Exactly.
The rule and regulation is hard to really control. So with dry eyes, I used to have one. And then I start using the eye protocol 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 week each. And then I use it again like the other day when I had dry eyes, I start using it again.
Oh. Oh, you use it and then you feel better?
Oh, of course. Of course.
Please,
But you still need to use, if you are so dry, you still need to use it so that you will feel better.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, please. I'm going to text you so that you send it to me. Because my eye right now is like killing me.
Who sponsored you, Rosalie?
Pastor Dixon.
Oh, okay. You're in Pastor Dixon. Okay. No problem. Yeah. Pastor Dixon is my man. Are you here, Pastor Dixon?
Yeah, he's there.
Okay, good. All right. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen?
Pastor Dixon.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm here.
Oh, hi, Pastor Dixon. How are you?
Fine. How are you? Yeah.
Great.
I'm here.
Great. See, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of pastors here. In fact, we just recruited a team of one of the pastor. I was able to help his wife that was had a car accident and had so much pain. And within, I would say 5 minutes, asking her question and where the pain was. I think her pain was like half of her face and the neck and the back. Wow. And we were able to get rid of her pain. So I'm so happy for that. Okay. You just have to have an open mind. Sometimes pastors are so close-minded. I mean, believe in prayer. I believe in prayer because I'm not going to be here without prayer. And but the Lord blessed David Smith with so much brain power that he was able to create these patches for us to use. So it will help us to heal faster or to be better faster.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody have question? Oh, Pastor Ed. Go ahead, Pastor Ed.
Brother Roy, I want to share something about being a pastor and not wanting to feel or a Christian or anybody of any faith why this technology is a perfect fit for us to do, because we're in the ministry of people. We're in the ministry of helping people. And this technology, unlike anything else that I've used in the world, is able to do that. You're able to help people and they're not addicted to anything. There's no second counterindications. There's no side effects. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. And one time, I'll share a really quick story with you. I was at church on the Tuesday night service, and we go to a very large church. So we have about 5 other pastors. I'm one of the staff pastors. Our senior pastor called us forward and said to pray for people. And a week or so, I was contemplating and praying to the Lord whether I was doing the right thing as a Christian for him and his people. And this is what the Lord spoke to me as a pastor, senior pastor called us over. The Lord spoke to my spirit. He says, in the daytime, you heal my people with your patches. At nighttime, he says, you use my glory. So what he was telling me with that, Brother Roy, is that he was giving me the insight and the green light to be able to use this technology to help people, because we are healing now. No, this is being recorded, and this is what the Lord spoke to me. So the Lord precedes any other jurisdictions. Okay, this is what I heard.
Yes, sir.
Word. He said to me, in the daytime, you heal my people with your patches. At nighttime, you use my glory. And we go to a church that is a happy church where, we don't sit on our hands. We're constantly dancing, jumping around, flags, you name it, everything happening in that church. So we see the supernatural. We see people heal. We see people being cured of cancer and AIDS, and you name it. All things happen there. So very hard for me to come in with a technology that helps people in the church. And I talk, here's the key, guys. I'm giving you a clue right now. Talk to the leaderships of the church. Talk to your senior pastor. Talk to the pastors in your church. They are the ones that are going to have the insight. Don't try to talk to everybody else. Eventually, you could talk to them, but get your pastors and your senior, your board of directors